there everyone, welcome folks, and this is my video. My name's Tegan Musen. I'm going to be VTubing on Twitch. I have a Discord account, I have a Mastodon, I have a Blue Sky, all the links are over on the other side of the screen, and it's just going to be me playing Final Fantasy on stream. I play a few other games, I'll probably be bringing those in, and I do a lot of drawing, as you can tell by my custom-made model. I'm just recording this little video for my YouTube. I suppose I'll put up little highlights maybe? I'm not sure. I'll hopefully bring my drawings into my streaming as well on Twitch, and I will probably take polls on what I stream for the most part, because I want to get feedback, I want to get people's opinions and do what's most interesting to people. I'll obviously suggest the things that I want to be doing, but the option as to what will be up to you guys. So, I've played a lot of Final Fantasy, which I mentioned on stream, but I'm starting a new character for my streaming on this account. That's more accurate. Fresh out of the burrow and here to make a little mouse. I'm probably going to make closer to myself. So a lovely little woodland. So I'll do a proper readout. So we've got Lalafell. They are wee people sporting short, rotund bodies. Lalafell appears no more than children in the eyes of most, sort of like hobbits. Many of these nimble little folk hail from the islands of the South Seas, where they practice a simple agricultural lifestyle. It was not until the opening of maritime trade routes that the gradual migration of Lalafells to Eorzea began. Now one of the most well-established races in the realm, Lalafells can be found in great numbers in nearly every city, though Lalafellan culture places great emphasis on blood relations. Individuals are known for getting along amicably, that word's difficult, with members of all races. So I'm going to play a little Lalafell. The clan, we've got two options, Plainsfolk or Dunesfolk. I suppose this relates, it has like a starting attribute section which varies between being slightly more spell based and being slightly more dexterity based, I suppose. Yeah, the stats that swap seem to be Plainsfolk with more dexterity and a little bit more vitality, so more of the warrior class, and Dunesfolk being more of the magic based with slightly higher mind. But the more important part is the flavour. That's what we're here for. That's what we need. So Plainsfolk. From the flat landscapes of the Plainsfolk's home islands are where the Lalafell clan takes its name. Their distinct hair coloration, a myriad of earthy and grassy tones, like mine, helps them to blend in well with their environment, acting as effective camouflage against would-be attackers. It was the similarity of Lanosia's grassy fields to those of their homeland that drew the first settlers to the island of Vilbrand and what is now Limsa. They are clever and opportunistic people and crafty with their words, unlike myself. The generally accepted view of Plainsfolk is that they are a vibrant lot with a penchant for excessive conversation. Seems optimised to possibly being me, but we'll read Dunesfolk. Perhaps the most unique characteristics of the Dunesfolk is their luminous eyes, a result of a glossy protective layer which covers the pupil, an evolutionary response to their homeland's glaring sunlight. Many individuals wear a small traditional gemstone on their forehead, a symbol of their zodiacal? I have never seen that word written. We'll go with zodiacal sign. They are adamant about Oh no, there is a lot of words there. They're adamant about scholasticism, placing the advancement of knowledge before all else. Other races tend to perceive male Dunesfolk as introverts who care more about books, business, and the prosperity of Uldar, a city-state built upon Dunesfolk ingenuity, than the goings-on of the rest of the realm. I'm not much of an industrial, businessy oriented person, but the book side, very interested. I think we'll go with Plainsfolk though, that seems more realistic. So, we've then got, I need to be a little mouse, so I'm going to be as small as possible. We have various face types. Which one do we think's closer? I think the sleepy eyes. We'll go with the lighter skin tone. There's a whole variety of options, which is good to see. I know one of their hairstyles has little bobble hair. Possibly this one. But I had a feeling there was another one as well. Yes. This one. It's got the little mouses, it's got my little ponytails, the little plaits. Hasn't got a ponytail. If it did, perfect. But no. We'll go with the bubblegum colours. Not sure about the swish and swirl through it though. Let's check the other hairstyle, see how that works with... See, now that one's closer with the pink fade. I might have to go with that one. We've then got the jaw style. Go with the little one. We're just going to try and create as close to myself as possible. Might be the one. And a good thing we can always do is check out various poses. So you can check out all of the general look of various smile and all the sort of mouth open poses as well as all the others. I think that's a good one. So now there's the 4 different pointed ear types, but my ears are these little bobbles on top. I my little mouse ears, as you can see. So you need to try and pick ones that aren't too invasive. I think we'll go with those. As close to mouses as we can. That seems better. And their little blush cheeks. Our little whiskers. We're not going to make them too obvious. Now we get to pick a voice. I always like to go with the chuckle and joy emotes to try and get which voice I like. So we'll go down the joy section and then have a look at what other ones there are. That one's actually pretty close. See, that voice I always associate with Mikote, because it was a very typical thing to find Mikote with that voice. I think we're going to go with number 2. Type 2 voice. We'll have to listen to all the different sections. Yeah, I think that's the one. So luckily we managed to get through character creation fairly quickly. I don't normally save the appearance datas. So this is going to be our little Tegan Musen. This is going to be our in-game presence. Then you get to go through all of the other details of the Eorzean calendar to give yourself like a little birthday. It relates fairly closely to 12 months and about 30 days in each month. I don't know if it's 100% accurate on, I think it's just 32 in each. It does have information on it up here as well. So, the Eorzean calendar. The Eorzean year consists of the moon, Menfina, revolving around Hydaelyn's 2 astral and umbral poles, while fluctuating between each of the 6 elements. In this, the year can be said to be the length of 12 moons, and we have astral and umbral of the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th moon. We'll go with 5th umbral, and 10th, I believe, is when I made my account properly. We then get to pick a god, a deity to follow. For the most part, in-game, what this seems to affect is your frequency with which you collect certain types of crystals. So when you're gathering, you can... A lot of the crafting takes crystals to use, but when you're gathering, you use the crystals of certain types to make certain things. I'm pretty sure I didn't say that correctly. Crafting of different types takes different crystals. So, like a weaver would use, I think they use lightning crystals, which is green, or wind crystals, which is green. Lightning crystals are purple. Then, like a blacksmith might use ice crystals, which would be the light blue. And we've got ice crystals that are light blue, water crystals that are dark blue, wind crystals that are green, lightning crystals that are purple, fire crystals that are red, and earth crystals that are yellow. So there are 2 gods in each section relating to the different crystals. On top of that, they also have all their own lore. But the actual mechanical side, I think that's the only thing it affects. Even though it says this section has no effect on gameplay. It used to, they might have removed it. But we're just going to go through, read all the various 12 deities of the pantheon, and then pick which one sounds nicest. I have a feeling it's going to be this one. So, the 3 spears. Helone. Helone, mover of glaciers and goddess of war, is the guardian deity of Ishgard. Ishgard, for people who don't know, is the section of Coerthus, the area of a Coerthus, is the city-state centred in there. The basics of the Heavensward expansion. They have a bit of a war going on with dragons, so they are very proud and noble warriors for the most part. Very stubborn. Helone commands the element of ice and is associated with the first moon of Eorzean calendar. Helone is the daughter of Rolga, who is another one of the deities, and a bitter rival of Nufika, who's the one I mentioned a moment ago that we are likely to go with. She is most often depicted as a relentless warrioress armed with the bronze great shield. Her symbol is the 3 spears, as you can see in the symbol here. So a nice little bit of lore for each of these deities. Menfina, the other ice affinity. Menfina is the keeper of the moon and the goddess of love. She commands the elements of ice and is associated with the second moon of the Eorzean calendar. Menfina is the sister of Azim, I'm pretty sure it's Azima, and the divine lover of Ocean. She is most often depicted as a maid carrying a round skillet. Her symbol is the full moon. So we've got the ice section seems to have a warrior and a maid to be somewhat derivative of what they do. We've then got the water signs, the first of which is Theliac. I can't remember how the pronunciations of half of these go, so if I butcher them, I am terribly sorry. Theliac, ruler of the rivers and wisdom, and god of knowledge, is the guardian deity of Sharlayan. Yeah, that is correct. I don't know why it said Sharlayan, not Sharlia, because I'm pretty sure the continent is Sharlia. He commands the element of water and is associated with the third moon of the Eorzean calendar. Theliac is the father of Lemelian and the teacher of Byrogut. He is most often depicted as a reserved scholar holding an ashen staff. His symbol is the scroll. We then have Nemir, the watcher of celestial bodies and goddess of fate. She commands the element of water and is associated with the fourth moon of the Eorzean calendar. Namia is the younger sister of Altheic and master of Ralga. Didn't know that. She is most often depicted as a weaver donning a white silken veil. Her symbol is the spinning wheel. We then move on to the wind affinity deities with Limlian, Watcher of the Seas and Goddess of Navigation, is the guardian deity of Limsa, which is Lanosius. This is, you can't see it from here. It is just over there. Yep, Limsa is just behind this cliff. We might get there at some point. But we're definitely going to be trying to start in Gridania. Much more homely for a little mouse. She commands the element of wind and is associated with the 5th moon of the Eorzean calendar. Limlian is the daughter of Thaliak and the elder sister of Nofika. She is most often depicted as a strong fisherwoman wielding a long-bladed harpoon. Her symbol is the wave. We then have Ocean. Ocean is ruler of the mountains and god of travellers and vagrants. He commands the element of wind and is associated with the 6th moon of the Eorzean calendar. Ocean is the brother of Nald Thal, the dual personality gods of trade, and the close companion of Halone. He is most often depicted as a carefree ranger wielding a bow of yew. His symbol is the walking stick. We then move on to the lightning affinity deities with Byragot. Byragot is the purveyor of architecture and industry and god of the arts. I do like the arts. If I can get far enough in this game, I'm definitely going Pictomancer. Byragot is the eldest... Oh, sorry, I jumped ahead there. He commands the element of lightning and is associated with the 7th moon of the Eorzean calendar. Byragot is the elder brother of Halone and pupil of Thaliak. He is most often depicted as an ardent smith with a 2-headed hammer. His symbol is the hand. Rolga, breaker of worlds, is the god of destruction and guardian deity of the now fallen nation of Alamigo. Alamigo is the remnants of a Thanalanian city-state. A lot of them live in Uldar, which is this location here in the background. But again, we're not starting there. Give a proper background so that people can potentially read along more with what I'm reading. Rolga commands the element of lightning and is associated with the 8th moon of the Eorzean calendar. Rolga is the father of both Byragot and Halone and serves as attendant to Namia. He is most often depicted as a magus carrying a staff of bronze. His symbol is the striking meteor. We then go to the fire affinities with Azima, the keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. She commands the element of fire and is associated with the 9th moon of the Eorzean calendar. Azima is the daughter of Altheic and the elder sister of Menfina. She is most often depicted as a noble lady holding a golden fan. Her symbol is the radiant sun. We then have Naldthal, overseer of the underworld and god of commerce. They are the guardian deity of Uldar, the city that I showed you earlier in the Thanalanian area. Naldthal commands the element of fire and is associated with the 10th moon of the Eorzean calendar. Naldthal is a single manifestation of a deific twins, Nald and Thal. He is most often depicted as a discerning merchant holding a balance or set of scales. His symbol is a cowrie, an ancient shell currency. which I believe does come up in game as well. All of these deities may or may not come up in game. Nofika, tender of soil and harvest, the goddess of abundance, and the guardian deity of Gridania, the zone we are going to be starting in. She commands the elements of earth and is associated with the 11th moon of the Eorzean calendar. Nofika is the daughter of Azima and the younger sister of Lemlian. She is most often depicted as a jubilant farmer holding a scythe of steel. Her symbol is the spring leaf. And then finally, we have Altheic, the surveyor of change and space and god of time. He commands the element of earth and is associated with the 12th moon of the Eorzean calendar. Altheic is the father of Azima and Menfina, the elder brother of Nemia. He is often depicted as an austere emperor wielding a mithril greataxe. His symbol is the hourglass. We are definitely going with Nofika, the jubilant farmer, because how can you not love soil and harvest? Then I think the thing that I have most fun with in this game is healing. It also aids in, not just generally helping other people out, but it'll speed up the getting into dungeons process somewhat. And Gridania has its healer, the Conjurer. So Conjury calls upon the elemental forces present in nature and concentrates them to a potency at which spells can be woven. Through practiced meditation on the essence of creation, conjurers draw forth and absorb aether from the immediate surroundings. A wand or cane made of unworked wood is then utilised to focus the aether until it manifests as the desired spell. The seat of the Conjurer's Guild lies at Stillglade Fane in Gridania, where the voices of Eorzean elementals are said to be the most powerful. The corresponding job, so there's a difference between class roles and class jobs, is White Mage. So White Mage is the next step upwards from Conjurer, which unlocks at level 30. Maybe we'll get there, unlikely today, but definitely in a future stream. And this is where we get a little bit of extra information about our starting area, Gridania, which unfortunately is hidden a little bit behind my links, which unfortunately I can't move at the moment, so we're just going to carry on and I will read it out to you all. In the eastern reaches of the Aldenard landmass, home to vast, dense woodlands and coursing rivers, lies the forest nation of Gridania. The cityscape is a mosaic of labyrinthine waterways and great wooden structures, so gracefully constructed they seem to be a part of the surrounding environment. The favoured goddess of the citizenry is Nofika, the matron, but great faith is also placed in the wisdom of the seed seers, young oracles who guide the nation based on the will of the forest's elementals. So we as a conjurer are effectively a seed seer, but not officially. We are still new to the area. But we are associated with Nofika, the matron, our goddess of seeds, abundance and harvest. So we are definitely in the right place at the right time. I'm going to go with setting up in Raiden if I can. Yeah, so I'm setting up in Raiden homeworld, and then we get to input our name, which obviously is Tegan Musen. Nice and simple, nice and easy, and then I think we're ready to go. Because we have now picked our I was too slow there. I shouldn't have hit the go. We can still click back. Get our lovely woodland background. Our Gridanian woodland landscape. But now that we have picked a class, the Conjurer, we can have a look at the level 50 job gear. So when we become a White Mage and reach level 50, this is the outfit they get at level 50. Obviously level 50 isn't the end of the game anymore, so you will still extend far past this outfit, but it is just classic Final Fantasy White Mage with a very cool angel staff. And it is very cute. But this will be the outfit we start with our little seed pouch, ready to explore the forest.